Hello and welcome to this new episode of Learning with Mick and Alan. Okay, so this is the start of a new season. This season is going to be about learning verbs. Now that you're supposed to know how to pronounce French, we can move on to some more practice rather than theory. And learning verbs is something that's going to allow you to make sentences in the future, and why not even trigger conversations. This, I suppose, is the purpose of the objective, the reason why you are learning French. So verbs are, of course, essential, and there are thousands of them, split in three categories in French, three groups. First group verbs are those ending with er or e, such as manger, which means to eat. They all end with er. Second group verbs end with er, such as finir, to finish. And third group verbs are those ending with re, oir, and some ending with er as well. These are the irregular verbs. There are 570 of them. You will have to learn them all, of course. Note that aller is also part of this group. Aller is to go, the verb that we will see later. Each group have their own terminations, and a verb of the first group will not end the same as a verb of the second or third group. Every verbs, except for those related to the weather, are made of 6 persons, 3 for the singular and 3 for the plural. Verbs have also many tenses, présent, but also several past and future senses. But we will focus only on the présent for now. Where was I? So we will start first with the pronouns, because like in English, which has I, thou, he, she, we, you, and they, French also has its own equivalents, of course. And we will start with je, I, je. Then tu. Tu is an informal way of saying you. In the past, in English, people would say thou, but this is no longer used in English. I think you only use this if you are talking to God, you know. But in French, we still use tu. I would say tu to my son, for example, if I had something to say to him. Il for masculine, or elle for feminine, or on for something that is not defined, is the third person of the singular. It would be the equivalent of he and she. I, elle, on. In plural, we have nous. Nous is we. Nous. Vous. You. Vous. It's also how you would say you to somebody you don't know or somebody you greatly respect. Vous. And they is il or elle, depending if it is masculine or feminine. Il, elle is they. So this was the theory, but maybe we should move to the practice now, and we will start with 3 of the most important verbs in French language, which are être, to be, avoir, to have, and aller, to go. Allez. Non, on va commencer avec être. Être, to be. This is the verb we will start with. Être. Je suis. I am. Je suis. Tu es. Tu es. You are. Tu es. Il est. Elle est. On est. He is. Il est. He is. Elle est. She is. Elle est. On est. One is. On est. Nous sommes. Nous sommes. We are. Nous sommes. Vous êtes. Vous êtes. You are. Vous êtes. Ils sont. Elles sont. Ils sont. Elles sont. They are. So that's it for être. This is something that you probably have seen in the previous lessons. Être. Avoir as well. We saw avoir and even aller in the previous lessons. Avoir, to have. J'ai. J'ai. I have. J'ai. Tu as. Tu as. You have. Tu as. Il a. He has. Il a. He has. She has becomes elle a. Elle a. Elle a. She has. On a. On a. One has. Nous avons. Nous avons. We have. Nous avons. Vous avez. Vous avez. You have. Vous avez. Ils. Elles ont. Ils ont. Elles ont. They have. And last, but definitely not least, aller, to go. Je vais. Je vais. I go. Je vais. Tu vas. Tu vas. You go. Tu vas. Il va. He goes. Il va. He goes. Elle va. She goes. Elle va. On va. One goes. On va. Now the plural. Nous allons. Nous allons. Now, please note that the S at the end of nous or vous, in this case, or with any other cases, is used as a transition between the two words. In French language, you don't separate the words. You always pronounce everything attached. It's called a transition. So if the last letter of a word is a consonant, but the next letter is a vowel, if it is possible to make a transition like this with the S, which is surrounded by two vowels, then the S becomes Z. If you remember that lesson that we did before about the consonants. So it's something that we apply here. Nous allons. We go. Vous allez. Vous allez. You go. Vous allez. Ils vont. Elles vont. Ils vont. Elles vont. They go. So please learn these three verbs. It's very important. Starting from next lesson, we will start making sentences using these verbs. So it's going to be very useful as we move on. And don't forget to review your vocabulary as well, because maybe you will be asked to make a simple sentence with them. Who knows? In the meantime, I hope to see you in the next video. We will do first group verbs as well as a few sentences for practice. So in the meantime, take care and learn well. I hope I'll see you next time. Goodbye.